This video gives an overview of the functions available in the CDU of the
X-Plane Freeware Blackhawk.
The system is built to provide functionality for the X-Plane simulator, and is not trying to simulate the highly complex original CDU. It allows to control X-Plane's COM and NAV radios and provides methods to do GPS navigation. In addition, it gives the option to create and execute flight plans as part of a mission. A mission is just a more complex flight plan, which can include additional commands to automate certain tasks. The plugin provides two CDUs, one for the pilot and one for the co-pilot. Clicking on the display shows or hides the CDU pop-up. These pop-ups work also in VR. On the very top of the display we can see either the COM or NAV header, based on which menu has been selected last. The COM header shows information about pilot and co-pilot's radio preset IDs and names, frequencies and time. The NAV header shows information about wind, altitude, the selected target, including distance and remaining time to next waypoint. Let's look at the menu structure. The Start menu shows the soft keys COM, NAV, GPS, FPN, and DAT. With the exception of GPS, these keys can also be found on the CDU keyboard. COM will show the menu which allows to set the communication radios and transponder frequencies and channels. NAV shows the menu to modify the navigation radios used for TACAN, VOR, ILS, and ADF navigation. GPS provides a list of airports around and the option to enter direct airport IDs for navigation. FPN stands for Flight Plan and opens the menu where flight plans can be managed. On this CDU, a flight plan is just a subset of a mission. DAT leads to the preset menu. It basically contains shortcuts for COM, NAV, and GPS data, which simplifies data input during flight preparation. Presets can be defined in a flight plan or mission file. These files can be loaded from disk or downloaded from our server. Going to the COM menu. To set a frequency is done with a short press of the button. An input field will open in the right bottom part of the display, allowing you to enter the desired frequency. Alternatively, you can enter the number of the preset you want to use, or, if you cannot remember, choose a preset from the preset menu, which opens when pressing the preset button. The Enter key will save the change. The transponder, or IFF channel, can also be changed. Short clicks will switch between the different transponder modes. In the NAV menu, we see a similar menu. Here we have the VOR and ADF frequencies, and if used, TACAN channels. Changing a frequency is the same as we saw in the COM menu. When entering a TACAN channel, the device will be switched into TACAN mode. A short click will switch between receive and receive/transmit mode. In X-Plane 11, TACAN is supported by providing DME distance information only. The GPS button brings us to the GPS menu. On the left side we can see a list of airports around. They are sorted based on their distance to the current location. Pressing one of the soft keys is selecting the airport next to it. Pressing the Enter key will add the selected airport NAV ID to the navigation system. Alternatively, you can add directly any other NAV ID in the input field, which opens when pressing long the Direct button on the right side. A short click selects or deselects the direct target. Pressing Enter will enter it to the navigation system. The DAT menu is giving us access to the presets. A preset is kind of a shortcut. We can define COM presets to access communication frequencies faster. Or we want NAV presets to enter VOR or ADF frequencies or TACAN channels quicker. Also, we can define presets for GPS locations by specifying latitude and longitude. Presets do have names, which makes it easier to recognize them when looking at the COM's header, or when selecting them from the presets menu. Presets have to be defined in a flight plan or mission file. A dedicated preset file can be loaded in addition to a flight plan or mission file. However, preset IDs which are defined in both files will be overwritten by the file loaded last. Coming to the missions and flight plan. In this menu we can create, modify, save, or load flight plans. A loaded flight plans are visible under the Waypoints soft key. On the left side the individual waypoints and optional informations are listed. On the right side we have the buttons to start and stop the flight plan. If the flight plan contains more waypoints than we can show on the page, we can go to the next or previous page, using the NXT and PRV buttons. Little plus signs show if more pages are available. If a flight plan is running, the menu title contains the name of the mission or flight plan in brackets. It is possible to start a flight plan at any point, simply by clicking on the desired waypoint. Also, skipping one or multiple waypoints during flight is simple. Just click on the waypoint you want head to next. To edit the active flight plan, go to the flight plan menu and press the edit button. However, editing or loading a flight plan is not possible if a flight plan is running. In the edit menu, you can add, insert, or delete waypoints. Also, adding information about altitude and vertical speed can be assigned to the waypoints. Each operation requires a waypoint being selected. If the new or modified flight plan should be saved, go to the flight plan menu and press the Save button. The input field can be used to specify the name of the saved file. Confirm by pressing the Enter key. There is also the possibility load existing missions or flight plans. Use the Load button in the flight plan menu. It will show you a list of available files. Press the corresponding button to load the flight plan. If you got a key code for a server mission, you can enter the code into the input field and press Enter. The CDU will download the file from the server. It will automatically shown as the new, active flight plan. To empty the current flight plan, in order to create a new one, the 0 function can be used. The ZERO key brings you into the 0 menu. There you can zero some, or all, information stored in the CDU. MSN stands for mission. This key wipes the mission and flight plan information only. There are also keys to wipe the COM and NAV presets. And a button to zero all stored data in the CDU. After pressing the MSN key, you can start with a fresh flight plan using the Add operation in the Edit menu. Let me show you how to create, save, and load a new flight plan. As mentioned before, a flight plan is a subset of a mission. A mission is, like a flight plan, a sequence of events, which will be processed step by step. It can contain elements from a real flight plan, like waypoints, but also commands to configure the COM ND NAV units. There are also messages, which can inform the pilot about things he has to do, or simply providing mission status. We also can execute any commands available in X-Plane, and they can depend on radio altitude, means altitude above ground. Here an example of a small demo mission. Missions or flight plans are plain text files which can be created or modified with any text editor like Notepad. They are stored in the Missions folder inside the Aircraft folder. The file extension can be FPN for a flight plan, or MSN for a mission. The CDU can also open or import X-Plane FMS flight plans, which then can be saved as a mission if needed. However, SID and star elements will not be supported. More about mission files and how to create them will be shown in a separate video. Thank you for watching this video.